Well, today we're on Redwood Road in Kingsville, Ontario, southwestern Ontario. It's where I grew up, born and raised in this home. Bringing the cup back to Redwood Road is something actually I've always wanted to do and never had the opportunity until today.
When I heard that Scott named the cup the Redwood Cup, we were quite amazed and we were thrilled. We were finally, I guess, we're excited to have our street put on the map.
I basically ran around, told all my friends, and this was me. I was, like 30 years old at the time, like a little kid, kind of excited to see that the trophy was going to be honored after this street, the street that he grew up on.
My neighbors are all out, taking this in. They're all excited to have it here, and they've heard about it. They've seen it in the Hockey Hall of Fame, and now, to actually have it right on the street, it's special. After 40 years, my parents are leaving Redwood Road later this month, so there's a lot of nostalgia, a lot of sentiment that's kind of going through all of us. And
I just thought it was a wonderful tribute to my childhood. I thought, my first thought was it's fitting. We spent every day on these streets.
And road hockey's it's kind of who we are down here. We've run the event now 145 times, 9 national championships, and a Redwood Cup, which is now recognized by some as the most difficult hockey trophy in the world to win. And long and short, as we started building some momentum from that first event, we had 114 teams play in that first tournament, and afterwards, kids wrote in and said this event was better than Christmas, and adults wrote in to say that it was the best weekend of their lives. Really, the real reason that Play On has been so successful across Canada is because it appeals to not just those that play ice hockey at a really high level or hockey at a high level, but it appeals to Canadians that have never played or skated before. The design of the trophy took a lot of thought and several revisions. My younger brother, who's an artist, actually designed the trophy, and when you look at the trophy, you'll see that there's a maple leaf in the center, which we thought was symbolic of the importance of road hockey to our nation.
He had the vision of the Redwood Cup to be something sought after like the Stanley Cup.
And it's surrounded by hockey sticks, 5 hockey sticks, which was the number of players that were allowed on a play-on team when we started the event. Now we allow two additional substitutes.
And so he had me mock up some drawings and things like that. Ultimately, Scott finalized the design and had the maple leaf in the middle, and together he and I came up with kind of 5 sticks around to represent the 5 players.
We wanted the trophy to be the same size, essentially, as the Stanley Cup, so that when it was won, it could be hefted over the head.
We'd play for the Stanley Cup, and we'd basically say that Redwood was, the king of the rest of the woods down here, fighting against Whitewood and Greenwood.
If you didn't belong to Redwood, we had no care in the world about you. We were going to just demolish you and never apologize for it.
There was kind of a bit of a rivalry. The Hills, of course, were Toronto Maple Leaf fans, and my son and myself, we were Red Wing fans, so there was that great Detroit-Toronto rivalry. My son would wear his red, of course, and the Hills would wear their blues.
Had, epic battles between the Leafs and the Red Wings, and it just felt like every day growing up here was a dream.
I think the biggest memory I have is when they actually came and they did a real good job paving the road. The biggest problem was it was turned dark too soon. We actually went out and bought the glow-in-the-dark paint to dunk the balls in, and that had like a little, we extended it by a couple minutes, not much though.
Road hockey was everything to us growing up. After school every day, the neighbors just gathered. Nobody had to call anybody. We just gathered on the street and we played until our moms called us in for supper time, and we did it on Saturday mornings.
Saturday was a big one. Yeah, we'd start Saturday, start in the morning, go all day, break for lunch. And it wasn't just hockey. We'd play hockey, but we'd play baseball, anything that we'd play during the long summer day mostly.
In terms of a memory that I'm not so proud of, but will probably go down in the glory days, Mark, my younger brother, and I are 15 months apart. So we played everything together, from hockey to basketball, baseball, soccer. We were always on each other's team. And I kind of had the reputation of being his bodyguard. So I recall one game that we were playing street hockey as kids, and he got a little mouthy, and
I was roughing it up in front of the net with a neighborhood kid.
And the guy started taking liberty with his stick on my brother's shins. And I just remember I was playing defense at the time. I charged this guy, and with everything I had, gave him one punch.
He knocked the kid's teeth out.
Knocked his front teeth out. His mom was so mad at me.
Yeah, those were great memories, and I think that particular kid was a Red Wings fan.
Every time I see the Redwood Cup, I get excited. Every time I see national championships, someone hosts it over their head, I think to myself, they're hosting our trophy. I think this is where it belongs, to be honest with you.
Everything that Play On encompasses, I think, started right here.
To my family and to my parents, who provided a great childhood for me here in Kingsville. So for all those reasons, I decided to name the trophy the Redwood Cup.